Hello and welcome everybody. Welcome to me on a Monday at 3:34. I think it's 3:34 on a Monday, April 1st. Hello everybody. Welcome to April, and not welcome to my friend, of course, but the month April, of course. Springtime. It's about 58 degrees outside for a little bit, enjoying the fresh air. And when I go back inside, I have to clear up my dishwasher and do my kitchen. Actually, I'm doing a bunch of chores today. So hello everybody. Welcome back to another one of these. It is the day after, and I'm about to enjoy some spiced raspberry Coca-Cola. I haven't had one of these. I've had a sugar-free one, but I've never had a lot less sugar than most sodas, because this is a lot less than a bottle. This is what, a 12 ouncer? Yeah, it's a 12 ouncer. Usually most bottles are between 20 and 24 ounces, but you know, I thought I'd just have this, see how it tastes. Tastes like raspberry, tastes like spice. I can definitely taste that it's spiced. The Coke Zero, the zero sugar one, is spiced. You can tell it's raspberry. What does it have in it? It has water, high fructose corn syrup, caramel, phosphoric acid, and caffeine. Well, no kidding, but it has no raspberry flavoring mentioned on the package. So I definitely can tell it's spiced a little bit. It's a little bit stronger. There's definitely an aftertaste going on. So yeah, there's a bit of an aftertaste going on. So, well, welcome to April 1st. Welcome to April Fool's Day, but I'm not going to do April Fool's Day because April Fool's Day does not apply to this day. This is also the day where this was the day my grandmother passed away. I believe it was a Saturday. Was it a Saturday? I forget if it was a Saturday or a Sunday. No, it was a Sunday when she passed away. I remember she passed away Sunday morning, April 1st, 2006. That was over 8 years ago. And it's the 8th anniversary of her passing. So next year will be the 9th, and then 2026 will obviously be the 10th one. Hopefully, which by the time I'll be back in school learning about cars. But yeah, so Nana's, the reason why I did the vlog today is because Nana's passing. Because Nana Comeau, or Eunice Comeau, as many people, or Uni, some people know her, was a very strong lady. I'm thankful that she exists, because she taught my dad a lot of things about life. So, and she taught him about life, and she also taught him about the power of music, dancing to Frank Sinatra. So it's funny, I have a spiced cola, and Frank always was a guy who liked different things. So yeah, so she taught those kids all they need to know to survive and be on their own and be successful adults. But she also taught them the power of music with Frank Sinatra. That's the reason why I'm into Frank Sinatra, because my grandmother was into Frank Sinatra, my dad's into Frank Sinatra. Like everybody in my family knew she had the Sinatra records. We don't know where they are. I have a couple CDs and I have one LP of him, Ultimate Sinatra, even though I'm trying to find more. Trying to find nothing but the best in some decent condition. The LP is well, the CD I have was released in 2008. I think the LP was released 5-6 years ago, because record players are starting to become big again. And my parents do have a hi-fi system upstairs in the attic somewhere, but they haven't brought it down because they haven't had time. So I bought myself a $150, if you guys can hear that, that's the little hose thing that we have to our thing. And our pool is not going to be operational this year unless my dad can find a liner in a short time. When we go down the Cape, although we don't have to deal with this because we'll have beaches all the way around. Well, ocean to have. That'll be great. Go to work, go to the ocean, take a swim, come back home, eat dinner, and stuff like that. That'll always be fun, going down the Cape when we get the house all set that my dad's trying to put together. So but yeah, she was a big Frank Sinatra. She liked Dean Martin, a couple other people. She had Dean Martin. She had all the crooners from way back when, because she lived in that era. So she was a teenager back in she was born in I forget if she was born in 34 or 35. She might have been she was 2 years older than was she 2 years older than my grandfather? Yeah, she was. She was 2 years younger than my grandfather. So I think she was born in 32 or 33. So she lived during the Frank Sinatra era in the 30s and 40s and 50s. I'm pretty sure she went to a few of his concerts at the Paramount when she was up here with the Bobby Soxers and stuff like that back in the. Well, actually, no. Was she old enough? No, my grandmother, my mom's mom was old enough to remember that, the Bobby Soxers. The girls with the big long socks. And they used to melt, and they used to be like, "Oh, Frankie, he's so dreamy, huh?" And they used to melt, and they used to just faint on it. They used to just faint at the front of the stage, not really, but they thought they were in heaven when they were seeing him. I mean, Frank had some of the best vocal cords ever. I could see why my grandmother's generation kind of liked him. Some people hated him. I know there's a few people that don't like him that I've talked to. A few of my friends' mothers who grew up didn't like him. I know a few of them, but I don't know how you can fall asleep when your voice is like. I really can't imitate him. Like, I'm standing at your window, calling up to you, and the girls would just be like, and the way he'd sway on stage, it was just great. That's the reason why my grandmother, I never talked to her about Frank Sinatra because I never knew she liked Frank Sinatra. I was never a big Frank Sinatra fan. It wasn't until she died that I knew that he was into Frank Sinatra. I might play some Frank Sinatra music today on my record player while I'm cleaning my room, or when I'm up in my room, because they play a little tribute to Nana Comeau. And she had good work ethic. And she divorced my grandfather. My grandfather and her divorced in 1985. So she was single for over. I mean, she had some friends. She had a lot of guy friends. She was very resourceful lady. She wasn't too big on. She was very virtuous. She was always going to church, always listening to the radio at night. With her coffee or her tea or something like that. You know, she was never a sleep around type of lady. She was single from 85 all the way up until her death. I mean, she had a few people a few companions here and there, a few guys that she knew, but she had her handful raising us as grandchildren. I remember I remember all the time she would call him. Every time we'd make a move, every time we'd do it, we'd always like, don't you ever say that. Don't you ever say that again. That's very, very fresh. And I remember her saying that word over and over. And it was her way of, thank God now, I thank God now, and I thank her now, of teaching us right from wrong. Because when you heard the word fresh, you knew you messed up. So, and my dad sort of told us that later on. He said, yeah, if she ever said that to you, you're in trouble. So, but when we were good, we were good a lot of the time. Like 99% of the time we were good. We knew that she was a great lady. And the reason why we were so good, is because she was the nicest lady. She always put a movie on for us. She would always cook with us, and she would always make us lunch and stuff like that. She'd feed us well. She was an awesome grandma. I mean, my mom's mom is great and stuff like that. And she used to cook for us when we used to be over there. Make sure we were well fed. All my grandmothers were great. My Irish grandma, both of them were Irish had Irish descent. Both Eunice and Nana, my mom's mom, have Irish descent. So, her last name was O'Donnell. So, her name was Eunice Loretta O'Donnell. She was the nicest lady you would have ever met, and she was amazing. She was instrumental in our upbringing because my parents were working at the time. She told us right from wrong, and she was very good. And the best thing was, if we were really good, she used to have the little Hostess cookies, the pinwheel cookies. We only got them once in a while. We didn't get them every time. She was very good at rewarding us when we were good, but not all the time. But when we got a pinwheel cookie, we were okay. We knew things were good. That lady was amazing, one of a kind, and I'm just so happy that she was able to keep my dad and his siblings straight. So, and teaching the lessons of life and stuff like that, and making them successful. And her work ethic was amazing. That's the reason I got it passed down. I mean, my dad has a good work ethic because his father was a good worker. She was a good worker. She was a secretary. She was a medical secretary for like 40 years or something like that. She was at a desk answering phones at a hospital. She was amazing. So that lady was, in a way, and she taught me how to treat women correctly. I mean, I knew from the very get-go that girls were kind of a special thing, because the way she would teach us when we were on the playground, if we went to McDonald's or the playground, she was like, make sure you wait. She's like, boys, make sure you wait, and make sure you let the girls go first, and then you go second. Don't push, don't shove. That was great education. She was a nice lady. To all the grandmothers out there who probably don't watch this, you guys are so old school. You guys make the difference in how little kids are raised, and she was no exception. I also thank her for wagging her finger at me when I decided, don't judge me, but I was at McDonald's one day, and I was a little bit of a wiseacre, and I kind of knew I was different. This before I knew I was different with Asperger's and stuff like that. I remember playfully shoving this girl in a black and white dress. Don't ask me how I remember that, but I just do. And I remember shoving her out of the way, and I remember jumping, and like, oh, that was so fun. And the girl comes on after me and starts screaming away. I'm like, oh, grandma. She goes to her grandmother, goes to my grandmother. And all I remember is our little trip to McDonald's was over. And I remember getting an earful at like 5 years old. But it was a beautiful educational moment for me because I mean, I adore women. I don't mind talking to them and stuff like that. I think they're amazing beings, and my grandmother was one of them, and I've met some great ones in my time, and if it wasn't for her, I mean, my mother would have taught me, my father would have taught me, but that early education on treating women with respect was amazing, and it's good I learned it early. And I had a soft spot for other people. I always used to treat people with kindness. That's the reason why I was so innocent in my younger years. I always had a heart of gold. I never really wanted to hurt anybody. I actually have heard a thing for that, for me to have a good heart and an innocent disposition and not being too hurtful or hateful of people. I mean, I don't hate people, but if I dislike you and you're not treating somebody like, if I'm pretty sure she was looking over me when I was helping April out, because I'll tell you this right now, she would have wanted me to help her out. Hear that, Uni? You hear that, Uni? I did that for you because you taught me all those years ago, and I think I kind of repented a little bit for shoving that girl to the side, because scaring the devil living daylights out of me. Frank in 10th grade, which was my first ever crush, but I was a young dumb kid, but I learned a lot from that whole thing. But yeah, that was a huge thing, and it hung over the whole. Well, I know I was young, but yeah, still, I was like, I've come a long way. It's just. Plus, I had a successful 3-year relationship with Mag before we had to break it off because of college and stuff like that. But I had fun with that. Still have fun with that girl to this day, even though we're both single and we're both best buds. So, but yeah, it's just, if it wasn't for her, Uni, if it wasn't for you, Uni, I would learn to respect women, but I respect them at such a higher standard. And I'm pretty sure she was like, "Oh yeah, you're gonna learn all this stuff when you're young, when you're older. Make sure you." Oh yeah, yeah. So, but yeah, that's the reason why I wanted to dedicate this vlog today, outside in the wilderness, having a spiked Coca-Cola. Don't know if she liked Coca-Cola, but I'm pretty sure she might have had some in her time, probably when she went with the friends to the pharmacy to get a root beer float, maybe. And she's probably playing it, and she's probably having fun up there. Playing with Sadie and the Chinese Chow, and Sadie and the Chinese Chow that she had. She had a poodle, and she also had a Chinese Chow that would follow her around everywhere, so the house. And this is where my dad learned to respect dogs and take care for other beings other than humans. And I'm pretty sure Sadie and Jeannie. I'm forgetting the name of the Chinese Chow. My dad will remember, because my dad remembers everything. I owe my my memory to her and my dad. So, you're probably Sadie and the Chinese Chow probably have played. And all the other dogs that my friends have known, like, are probably up there with you. Rosie, Telly, Joey, Nikki from Meg, and all those other people. It was a sad day when she went, though. I remember crying my eyes out. that woman was one of a kind, I'll tell you. I got it all up in my throat because of how great she was. And I owe her for making my father exist. So, because she birthed my father many years ago, and my uncles who were amazing beings. And well, my Uncle Johnny, knock on wood, he gets better. He had a brain surgery not long ago because he had a tumor or something like that, or some brain clot in his brain. And my Uncle Billy, he's retired, prison guy, but he worked his whole life, you know. So, and anytime I can spend time with my mom's mom, I always do it. So, who's going to be 93 in August. Lady had such a great memory, and now it's gone. So, but she taught me a lot. Taught me how to cook, and it made me, and we had fun. So, in uni, those visits over to West Roxbury were amazing, especially when we got to watch Scruffy and Lady and the Tramp. I remember that. You always put that on for us because you know we loved it. All those Disney movies, Lady and the Tramp, Scruffy. Scruffy was an amazing movie. We used to watch it all the time. I think we played the heck out of it. I think we played the living daylights out of that tape. I'm not supposed to swear in your presence, so I know I'm talking to you. We played the living daylights out of that tape. You didn't resist playing that every single time we went over. And my dad always used to ask us all the time, like, "What'd you guys watch? What'd you guys watch?" And we watched Scruffy for the 10th time. Lady and the Tramp, and all the great Disney movies. And back then, you always made sure it was kid friendly. You made sure we laughed, and made sure when we stayed over for supper, we ate our fruits and vegetables. Made sure the plate was clean because you told us that's how Dad lived. So, and you told us. I remember Dad telling us, he said, "Yeah, if you guys didn't eat, she would have sent you guys she would have sent you guys in the corner, or she would have sent you guys into a room, and you guys would have stayed there." But we obeyed. We ate everything because we knew it was good for us. So yeah. Sorry, I'm not looking at the camera. I'm just trying to take all that's around me in, and society and stuff like that. You know, and I feel when I'm helping people, or if I'm helping some girl or something like that, or being nice to a lady when she's shopping, I always feel like she's with me. I mean, I always feel April's with me all the time, even though April's living, but I always feel like she's like, you're with me, and all, like, you're with me, and Grandpa's with me, and Gramps with me when I'm working my tail off, even though you guys had, I know you guys didn't have even though the marriage was a little difficult, but just happy to have known you and gotten to see whatever. So, you know, this is to you, a little spiced Coca-Cola. This is to you. If it was my grandfather, I'd probably do a toast of Jack Daniels, but I think I did that on the day he died. So on the anniversary of his death, last December. So, but yeah. think that's it for today, folks. I just wanted to tell you guys happy at the beginning of April, and hopefully this will be a great week and a great month, because I'm thinking of picking things up really good. I just want to update you guys on one thing. The tickets, the hotel to Watkins Glen has been reserved. I just have to wait for my hours to come back in on June 4th, and then I will take the days off. I will do GoPro. Well, I'll do it when it comes up. It's June, so I don't want to jump the gun yet. You can definitely tell it's stronger. You have to enjoy the good things in life, Nana, and you have to try things that are spicy or spiced or whatever. But yeah, tribute to you. Good day, folks. I'll catch you guys Wednesday for another one of these. I may do gameplay tomorrow. Actually, I may upload gameplay tonight, but I'm going to definitely do gameplay or maybe a vlog tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see how I'm feeling. I'm working 12 to 5 tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be an hilarious good day. I can feel it. So I hope you guys are ready. I'm not going to talk about work. So I've already told you guys about that. But I'll see you guys on... I'll probably do a gameplay video for Tuesday. And then Wednesday I'll do the vlog or the radio show. But peace out, everyone. I will see you guys later. I think my phone is running out of battery unless by the power of divine intervention, you've kept this at 17%. Which you probably have. Good night, folks.